Alright, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be making a epoxy wood sign for TJ Hunt, and I'm going to go through some of the steps that it takes to make it and show you guys what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to be doing is measuring out the wood. I'm going to make it about 13 inches long and I think 10 inches tall. It should be a pretty good size for what I'm trying to do today. This is a piece of walnut that I'm going to be making it out of. So I'm going to get that measured out and cut those pieces first. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is marking everything at 13.5 inches. I want to give that extra half an inch so I can cut it off later and make it all square it off. Alright, I'm not sure if you can see the marks, but I've got, let's see, I've got one mark there, another mark over here, another right there, another right there. So I'm going to be cutting 5 pieces, which will give me my 10 inches in height for the sign. Alright, as you can see, I got my 5 pieces cut up, and we're going to be gluing them up something like this. Actually, wait a second. Let me, yeah, something like this is what we're going to glue them up like. I might need to plane them down because you can see these gaps. We don't want these gaps. We want them. This one isn't a perfect seam, so yeah, I'm gonna get these planed up with my planer back here and go from there. Alright, so I just realized that I actually need some more pieces of wood because this one, once I cut it down, it's not the dimensions that I'm wanting. Let me show you. I'll show you a quick example of what I'm going for here. Let's see. Alright, so this sign right here, I made this, and this is what I'm trying to mock it up after. So I need to cut, I think 2 more strips will get me to the dimensions that I'm looking for. So I need to run to the store and grab some more of those. Alright guys, so I finally, I think it's been 2 days since I last filmed, but I finally went and grabbed some more wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut down to size and get it glued up. I think get it glued up so tomorrow I can start getting it prepped for the CNC. So let me do that now. Alright, so now that I've got everything cut up, I'm gonna send it through my planer because I want to get all these little cracks that are in there. I need to get them completely flat on the edges so we don't have that anymore. So let's do that. Alright, now that I got everything planed out, I'm gonna go ahead and get it all glued up. Alright, so now that I got it all glued up, I'm gonna leave it sitting overnight. I'll come back to it tomorrow after I get off work. And next steps, I'll get the edges cleaned up, square it off, and get it planed so it's perfectly flat. And then I'll bring it over to my CNC and get the design that I still haven't finished designing it. I'm not exactly sure how I want it. I'm actually probably going to go work on that now. But I'll get it on my CNC and get the design cut out with TJ's logo on it. Should come out pretty sick. Alright, so I just got done what I think is going to be the final design. I went through a couple different options, but I think this is going to be the one I go with. Pretty classic for what TJ stands for, and obviously it's his main logo. And looks like it's going to take me 2 hours and 5 minutes to cut it out. Usually it might take a little bit longer than that, but I think it's going to be worth it. Alright guys, so it's the next day. Just got off work and took the wood out of the clamps, and next step is I'm gonna get it on the table saw, square off the edges, and then plane it down. I'll show you guys all that, and then I think I'm gonna try and get it cut on the CNC today. Alright, so now it's time for the CNC. I'm gonna make sure it's squared up here. That looks pretty square. Now I'm gonna get these clamps all tightened up so it doesn't go anywhere. And send the CNC on its way. Alright, so this is what it looks like straight off of the CNC. It's a little rough looking when it comes straight off. I just got to do some sanding and finish work to get it looking better. Then I'm going to pour the epoxy and finish it off. Alright, so I'm just getting the epoxy ready to be poured for the sign. And I'm gonna use this color here. I wanted to do white. This is white with a little bit of a gold flake. Can kind of tell on camera. Alright, now with the epoxy pouring, all I got to do is let it sit for a couple hours and mix it up, create some swirls in it, and do that every couple hours for about 12 hours or so, and it should be hardened up enough. And 48 hours later, it'll be completely cured, and I'll get it planed off so it reveals the design nice and smooth. Alright, so I just got back from a drive this morning. I went with my dad's car because he couldn't go and I wanted to. But this is where we're at right now, and next steps, get this planed off and get it looking good. Alright, so this is what it looks like straight off the planer. Still got to sand it and get it smooth and looking real good. Alright, so everything is all sanded, nice and smooth. Now, all we have to do is finish it. Now with all that applied, I just gotta let it sit